Hey dudes, this is another video demonstrating the Mooer GE200 amp modeler and multi-effects unit. A few people have sent me messages asking if I could demonstrate some simple sounds, like a rig setup. So, obviously Nirvana are one of the biggest bands ever, so I figured a straightforward one to do first might be to just show how easy it would be to use this unit to set up a sound similar to Kurt Cobain's. Now, at no point am I suggesting this replaces a wall of Marshall stacks and pedals in front of real amps on stage on full whack, but this is just to show someone that they could use this unit instead of buying several individual pedals, which would cost more eventually, and amps obviously, and you could take it down to a local practice room and plug it straight into a PA, or you can even plug this unit into a micro speaker through its headphone socket, and it actually does some decent bedroom volume levels without even a practice amp. So I'll start off, we've just got a basic out of tune clean sound, totally dry. Now, I did some research online and I've got a few old guitar magazines, and there were an interview with Kurt's guitar tech Ernie Bailey, and he went through Kurt's rig. So we'll start off and we click on amp, and we can then click our selector and we can go through amps. Now, Kurt used Mesa Boogies, so we'll get up to a triple rectifier. He had the amp on clean and used pedals in front of the amp. So we'll pick a triple rec and we'll put the master on a bit louder, add a bit more presence. That's already a bit warmer. So then we go to our chain screen, and that demonstrates how the pedals and amp would be in a chain. And that's really handy. So then we'll pick a cab. Now, Kurt used Marshall 4x12s. So if we click on that and go through our cabs, a UK 2x12, 1964x12, that's a Marshall. Because that's okay, we could mess with things, and actually pointing that out, we can go to microphone, and Ernie Bailey said they used SM57s in front of the amps most of the time. So we'll pick an SM57, and now we'll move on to modulation. Kurt, we're a big fan of chorus. So we can see we've got lots of phasers, flanges, get right up to the choruses, tri-chorus, ring modulation, analog chorus. Right, so we'll pick our analog chorus and we'll see how it sounds just on the flat setting. See, we're already getting there. Now, Kurt didn't use many effects, he didn't use delays or things like that, but he used a Boss DS2 Turbo distortion. So we can go to our distortion channel, click on, we don't really want a tube screamer, so we'll go through them. Full distortion. Right, so that's not too bad on its flat setting actually. So we'll go to our control tap function, which is how we designate this switch, and we'll go to control and we'll choose distortion overdrive. So now go back to our chain screen, distortion overdrive, on off, which is pretty much all Kurt Cobain did. He went from and then all we need to do is go into save, making sure our distortion's off, so when we first select it, it's a clean sound. So we'll go to save, we can pick any preset, we'll leave it in 198 because I know that was empty, and then we'll go down and we'll call it K, C, save again, Kurt Cobain, set. So I hope that's a simple demonstration how easy it would be to use a $100, $300, £300, etc. unit, and to be able to take it to your local practice room or gig or whatever, and to be able to have many different settings for different sorts of sound. For instance, you could have a Kurt Cobain next to a Billy Joe Armstrong if you were covering Nirvana, and then a Green Day song, whatever you want, and it's that straightforward. Thanks for watching, guys.